Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Today I'm going to share how I make the softest, most delicious and fragrant kofta curry. This is a really simple recipe. It requires very minimum spices, yet the results are amazing, super fragrant and delicious. So let's get started with the recipe, but before that please do consider subscribing to my channel and giving this video a big thumbs up. So first thing I'm going to do is start with my kofta mix. I have 500 grams of chicken mince, to which I'm adding 1 teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon each of coriander and cumin powder, 1 teaspoon of red chilli powder, 1 tablespoon of almond flour, and about a tablespoon of ginger garlic paste, so you can use half tablespoon of ginger and half tablespoon of garlic paste. Since I'm using lean ground meat, I am also adding in about half a tablespoon of clarified ghee and about half a cup of freshly made breadcrumbs. I also added a green chili and I added in 2 tablespoons of fried onions. The reason I'm using fried onions is because I don't want my mince to be very liquidy, because that can actually make your koftas to break, and since I don't want to deal with that, I used brown onions. I already browned the onions for the curry, so I just used those. Now I'm also adding about 2 tablespoons of fresh coriander, and I'm going to mix it till it's really nice and fine. You want your kofta mixture to be really thin and really fine so that it does not break while you're cooking it. It's very soft, but you are going to see that it's still going to hold its shape. I'm going to transfer it into a bowl and you can see that it's still going to hold its shape. Also, another tip I wanted to add about the green chilies is, if you want your chili to be less spicy and just give you that chili taste without the heat, remove the seeds and then chop it finely and add it to any mixture or any food that you want to. To make the kofta balls, all I'm doing is I have a little bit of oil on the palms of my hand and I'm taking about 1 to 2 tablespoons of the chicken mixture and I'm rolling it in between the palms of my hand and shaping it into a ball. Try to get them as smooth as possible without any cracks, because they can make your koftas crack while they cook also. So let's get started with the masala. I have about a tablespoon each of cumin seeds and coriander seeds. I roasted them and then once they were cooled I ground them. Now on a skillet I have 3 to 4 tablespoons of oil. It's on medium heat and I'm adding in my whole spices. Let them get fragrant, which is going to take about 2 minutes. Then add in your fried onions. If you don't have fried onions, you can use 2 to 3 medium large sized onions. I'm also adding in 1 tablespoon of ginger and 1 tablespoon of garlic paste, and because my onions are already fried, I added about a tablespoon of water just because I don't want the ginger and garlic to fly everywhere. Now I'm adding in the spices, which is also pretty basic. The same spices we used in the kebab mixture is what's going to go in here, plus the dry roasted ground spices I showed you earlier. Now we're going to bonify or reduce our curry by adding a couple of tablespoons of water. Then we reduce the water, add a couple tablespoons more, and this is a very important part of making any sort of a desi food, because this really brings out the flavor and the aromas of all the ingredients and all the spices we have used. So once it's bonified, it's bubbly, the oil starts to come up, add in the tomato puree. I'm using about 1/3 cup of tomato puree. If you don't have that, you can use 4 to 6 medium small sized tomatoes, grind them and add it into your curry and then cook it through. Another quick thing you can do is you can blend everything together and then you can reduce the curry and cook it. That's another way of making it. It's gonna taste amazing. Just make sure that you bonify your masala extremely well, because that really makes or breaks the food, especially when it comes to Pakistani or Indian cuisine. Now once my tomato puree was also reduced, I have added about 1/4 cup of yogurt mixed in with 1 tablespoon of almond flour. These need to be cooked on high flame because you don't want your yogurt to curdle. There are going to be some white specks into it. You want to get them dissolved and cooked as much as possible. So once it was also reduced, I added in the amount of liquid I wanted, about 3/4 cup, and then I put everything in a blender, ground it, and now I'm going to cover it and let it simmer for at least 20 minutes on low heat. This is also when I usually make the balls of my kofta, so you're also saving time. Add all of those in, and then again on low heat, cover everything and let it simmer on low heat again for 20 minutes so that the koftas can cook through. This is also going to thicken your gravy quite a lot. Another thing I forgot to mention was, if you don't have almonds, you can also use cashews. You can grind them and use them as well. They also taste really amazing. And that's it, your kofta curry is ready. Serve it with some delicious naan or chapati or parathas, whatever you really like, and garnish them with some fresh coriander and julienned ginger. So that was all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and this recipe. Do try it out. If you do, please comment below and share any pictures you have with me on my Instagram page, which is by the same name, the homemaker baker _falakalik. If you loved my content, please do subscribe. Until next time, the homemaker baker over and out.